Now let's move to the coding part. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay, great. So here in the OOP package, I will create new Java class. I will call it method practice. And in method practice, as we agreed, we should have main methods as usual. Okay, first, uh, if I want to introduce myself in some print statements, what I'm gonna do? I will, for example, say print hello, I am Michael. I am one of I work as software engineer. I'm 30 years old. That's for instance, okay? So now this uh, piece of code, it, like I put them directly in the main method. Okay, imagine that I have a big program, okay, with hundreds or maybe even thousands lines of code. How can I access this piece of code easily where I introduce myself? What if, like, later on I want to change my age to make it, for example, 32? Okay, how can I find this piece of code when I have many and many hundreds of lines? It's very difficult, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so to make my code more readable and more robust, easily to be maintained in the future, I will keep this part, okay, separated, okay, in a function or in a method. So here I will create public static void function. Now I give it a name, which should be a meaningful name. So I will call it introduce yourself. As you can see here, method name begins with small letter, the same as variable, okay? After the name, I put these two normal brackets and then the two curly brackets, okay, indicating the method body. Here inside the method body, I will put these lines of code. So now this public is the access specifier, okay? Static is an optional keyword, which I use it, I keep it here to use this function inside the main method. Okay. Void is a return type, and you were asking a while ago about void keyword. We will talk about it like now. This introduce yourself is a method name, which is a meaningful name. Here in this method, I don't need parameters, so parameters are empty. This is the body, okay? So here in the main function, I will print a statement like, please introduce yourself, okay? If I run my code now, what will happen? Like what is the output that we're gonna get if I run this code this way? Am I getting
You'll
hello, I'm Michael, I work as software engineer, blah blah blah? Am I getting
yeah,
this info?
you'll get all that, yeah.
Are you sure?
It's not private, it's public, right?
Let's try and see. Look, when I run my program,
Oh,
I got only please introduce yourself. I didn't get hello, Michael, I work as software engineer. Why?
there's a
Because
method.
I told you to get this code inside the function executed, I should call this function, which means I should come here to the main method, okay, and call the introduce yourself function. How to call introduce
Okay,
yourself function?
introduce the doc.
I type its name like this with a semicolon. Now, if I run again my program, look, now I get please introduce yourself, and then I got hello, I'm Michael. I work as a software engineer. I am 32 years old. Why? Because I called this function in the main method. If I comment this line again, okay, and I run, again, I get only please introduce yourself. I don't get this. So to get this results, I should call the method, okay, in main. If it's not called, it will never get executed, okay?
I see, I understand.
So let's write here some notes. Methods are used to put piece of code separately to be reusable and easily maintained. Okay. Method will never get executed if not called. Okay. Okay. Now I want to tell you about one more advantage of this creating functions. What if I want to print this introduce yourself multiple times? Like what if I want to print this 3 statements 5 times? Like I have to copy paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how big and messy my code is becoming. Look,
Yeah.
if I run here my code, okay, yeah, I will get all these lines printed 5 times. Okay, but the problem is my code is becoming larger and larger and hard to maintain. Okay, but what if I put this introduce yourself in a function? This function will allow me to do the same very easy. Like this way, I done exactly the same, but with less code written. Look, I got exactly the same result, but with less effort. okay, and easy to maintain. Before, like this way, I want to change my age. Instead of 32, I want to make it 35. How to do it? I have to pass by each and every line that contains age
Yeah.
to make it 35. Because if I do it only in one line, it will not reflect on other lines. This line only will be 35, but the other will remain 32, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. But let's run. Yeah, look, only first one is 35, but second, third, fourth are the same, 32. So I have to make the change in each and every line contains the age. But if I'm using methods, okay, I will easily come here to the method body, change the age to make it 35 only once, and when I run my program, I get the result reflected, okay,
Oh, nice.
in all lines, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. You understand?
Yes.
You understand the power of methods. It's
Mhm.
very useful. Okay, great. So don't worry too much now about static keywords. We'll discuss it later also, but we will talk now about the method header. Okay, here we used void. Why we used void?
Because it's not returning anything. Doesn't
Because
return.
void, yeah, void keyword is used when I don't expect any output as a method return type. So the return type here of this method is void. Why? I'm not expecting any output from this introduce yourself. Okay? But what if I want to create another function? Okay. Called calculate age. From the name calculate age, what do you expect from this function?
Calculate age.
Exactly, like you expect age as an output. Here we expect age as an output. So, okay, age. What is the data type? What could be the data type for age?
Int.
Exactly. So here I will put int as a data type. Okay. Once we have a data type, we should use a return keyword. Return keyword. Okay, return. And then after the return keyword, we should pass a value of the same data type of the return data type. Like here, for example, 35. 35 is an age, right? 35 is an
Yeah.
integer, sorry, right?
That's right, yeah.
and can act be as an age. So here, this is the value, this is the return value, and should be like written after the return keyword. Okay, you understand?
Yep.
Okay, so here, when we have a return type, the method must end with a return keyword followed by a value of the same data type, the return type of the method return type. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, great. This return statement must be the last line inside the function body. Like here, I cannot say after return, let's say it's x equals. I cannot do this. Why? Still
Because it's
a
fine.
reachable statement. Why? Because my function ends here with a return. All code should be above the return. Any code I want to put inside my function should be above the return keyword, not below the return keyword. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, great. So here I say int age equal 2024 minus 1990. Okay, then here I return age. Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay, great. So here calculate age is ready. Like here I put my code that execute a task, which is calculating age. Here calculating age task. And finally, I return this age as an output or return type of this calculate age method. Okay. This calculate age now is ready to use. I have the ability to call it here, like calculate, like for example, my age equal and then plus calculate age like this. I run. So let's remove all these users so you don't get confused. Look, my age equals 34. Why 34? Because if you calculate 2024 minus 1990, you will get 34. Okay, so here I called calculate age inside my main method. Okay, and I combined this output of calculate age with a string. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I'm also able to call this calculate age in introduce yourself. Like here, I have the statement, I am 35 years old. No, instead of I am 35 years old, I replace this. Okay. I will put calculate age in between, and then I put like this. So I am, and then space, and the value returned from calculate age, and then years old. So if I run this one more time, I get hello, please introduce yourself. Hello, I work as a software engineer. I am 34 years old, and then my age equals 34. So
That's cool.
pay attention to the sequence. Like first, I get like code get executed line by line in the main method. Okay. So here in the main method, first line I have is please introduce yourself, right?
Right. Right.
So now I get please introduce yourself in the first line. Then the next line I have introduce yourself function. So all code in introduce yourself function will get executed first. So here, hello, I am Michael. Hello, I am Michael. Then I work as a software engineer. I work as a software engineer. Then I am calculate age years old. So here in this line, I called calculate age. So I will get all this line printed, okay? And it will include the output of calculate age. As you can see here, I am 34 years old. This 34 is the output of calculate age. Okay, so now, since we print these 3 lines, now we are done with introduce yourself. So this line in the main method is done. So yeah, let's move to the next line. Next line here in this main method is this one, my age equal calculate age. So here I got last line, my age equal 34. You understand?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is it clear? You understand the
Very, very clear.
the execution sequence?
Yeah, it's clear, pretty clear.
Okay, great. Code get executed line by line. Okay, so this calculate age method, it has no parameters, right?
Yep, no parameters.
Yeah, do you think that we can modify this calculate age to take parameter?
Yep, you can.
How can we do it?
Int, two ints.
Int, what's the name
Int A.
of the first parameter? Int A?
Yeah, int age.
First, no, age is an output.
I
for
mean
the-
A, I mean A.
for the
A.
function, not an input. But here, what could be the input for this function? Like here,
A.
I assumed that you're born in 1990, but it's not always the case that you're born in 1990. So here we can pass a parameter to this function called, for example, year of birth, right?
Right.
Okay, so this year of birth is a parameter, that will be used to calculate age. Here, instead of 2024 minus 1990, it will be 2024 minus year of birth. You understand?
Yep.
Okay, so here once I put this parameter, I added this parameter in this calculate age, it gives me here errors. Here, when I call this calculate age, okay, it gives me error. Why? Because I didn't pass values to these parameters. It expects values here to be passed for the parameter called year of birth. But here I called the function without passing any value. So it gives me error. So to fix this error, I will pass year of birth. So year of birth here, for example, 56. Look, once I type 56, I type year of birth next to 56. To let you know as a programmer that this 56 refers to year of birth parameter. Okay? Again here, on the second line, I called calculate age. I didn't pass year of birth, so so year of birth would be 1956. Again, here in calculate age, I have to pass another year of birth. I make it 2002. Okay, and again, I get year of birth next to 2002 as a reference for me in this program. So yeah, when I run now this program, so yeah, for the line I passed 2002, I got I am 22 years old, because 2024 minus 2002 is 22. So yeah, I got I am 22 years old. Okay. For the line I passed 1956, I got my age equal 68. You understand what's happening?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I think so. It's just different year of birth.
Yeah, because here I subtract the value I passed here in year of birth from 2024. So here 2024 minus year of birth. Okay, I passed here in year of birth, I passed 2002. Okay, so 2024 minus 2002 equal 22. Above here, I passed 1956. So 2024 minus 1956 equals 60. You understand?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So here in the method header, this part is called parameter. In the declaration, it's called parameter. But when I pass a value here to year of birth, it's called argument. You understand?
Yep.
The declaration is parameter, but the values passed to this parameter called argument. So year of birth is parameter, 2002 is argument, 1956 is argument. You understand?
Yeah.
You should be familiar with all these expressions. When you pass values to parameters, it's called argument. So now, can we create a new function, but without giving this access specifier? Like, can I call this static void say goodbye? Can I do this? Yes, I can do it.
Yes, you can do that.
Yes, I can. So yeah, here I can call say goodbye. And when I run my program, yes, goodbye. After my age 68, I get goodbye. Because as I told you, like we have a sequence line by line. Okay? So I think yes, I'm done with all what I want to say. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And like one last point. Here also this static keyword, I can remove it, but if I remove it, I cannot call this function in the main. Like here, I can easily remove this static keyword. I can remove it, but here I cannot call it, okay, a non-static function in a static method. And here main method is static. So this say goodbye also should be static. Okay. That's why. Okay. Tell me your questions, please ask. If you have
Why didn't you put public static?
what?
Why didn't you put public static void?
Why I put public static?
Yeah, why didn't you put public static void?
I'm not getting your question.
Why didn't you put public static void? Goodbye.
Like why here I didn't put public?
Yeah.
Because as I told you, this one, like you don't have to pass a value to this access specifier. Here, I didn't pass public. Okay. Here, by the way, this public could be some other values, as I told you, like public could be private, for example. Okay. And still working fine. Or public, I keep it back like public. Okay. But here, I didn't use any value for the access specifier. Does it mean that this function doesn't have access specifier? No. It has default access specifier. You understand?
Yes.
We will know more about these access specifiers in details later. But I want you to know that when we don't pass a value here to this function, it doesn't mean that this function doesn't contain access specifier. No, it contains default access specifier, even if it's not visible to you, but it exists.
Okay.
You understand? It exists. You cannot see it, but it exists. And it's used. It got used. Okay? It's called default.
I see.
Okay. What else?
I think that's all. I'll look more today and see if I have more questions.
Okay, yeah. If any questions come, like to your mind, please ask immediately, and I
It's
will
very clean.
I'll
Very
be
clean syntax.
glad. Yeah, I will be glad to answer all your questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the
I
last.
notice. Oh, I notice. Sometimes the main method is not on top but below. Sometimes the main method is below, not top.
Yeah. This yeah, like yeah. See this? I will cut this one. Okay, and I will paste it above here, above the main message. No problem at all. The sequence I care about is the execution here inside the method. This line and this line and this line and this line will get executed, okay, by the same sequence they are called inside the main method, okay? Like here, goodbye, say goodbye is above the main method. I don't care. Does it mean that this say goodbye, because it's above introduce yourself, it will be executed before introduce yourself? Never. The sequence is controlled by these lines. Which one is called first here inside the main method?
Introduce yourself.
So introduce yourself here is called first, so it will get executed first. Say goodbye, even if it's above the main method, it will get executed last because it's called last.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
But the location,
Yeah, I'll write down my question.
look here, location of function doesn't matter. What else?
I'm writing. I'll write it down.
Okay, if you are done,
Main
I think this is more than enough. I'm so happy to resume, to get back to our course together. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the same as me. And yeah, let's meet, okay, in the next session.
Okay.
Okay, brother.
I wrote down. I wrote down a question.
Like you were asking about methods on top or below, right? We already answered.
Yeah, the main method. Sometimes the main method is below.